No, I haven't forgot about this car. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I know it's been a while since I had a no prep video, including the DR10M. I've been wrapped up in a bunch of different projects recently, from converting my old drag car to a dirt drag truck. And I also picked up an X-Max recently, so I've been playing around with that. I hope you guys have been enjoying those videos. Today we're gonna do some more testing with the no prep car though. The last video on this car, we put in that new servo mount that relocates the servo to the top of the bulkhead here, allowing us to move the battery a little further forward. Last time out with this car, I reached a new personal best of a 219 at, I wanna say it was about 67 miles an hour. I did hit 68 miles an hour that day, but we need to improve some more. I think today, although I do want to see some 2.0s and maybe a 190 come up on that performance analyzer, I think today my goal is to get to 70 miles an hour. We'll do that with a little bit of tuning in the DRK, and I'll go over that as I'm doing it. It's kind of funny to think about me even looking for 70 miles an hour out of a car now. First, it was 50, then it was 60. Today, we're trying to hit 70. So let's get out there. Let's not waste any time. We have a beautiful day outside, so let's go make some passes. So the very first thing we need to cover after you saw that first pass is to attempt to reach 70 miles an hour today. The first thing I did this morning was go in and update the firmware on my Macklin DRK. I did the unlocking procedure on the ESC and updated it. This basically gives you the opportunity to tune the boost in between stages. So instead of all of that boost ramping in together, you can make it ramp in exactly how you want to at each stage. We can go more in depth than that in another video if you guys are interested. When updating that firmware, I lost my old tune and I didn't write anything down. I went all from memory in my old videos. So I had to get a bass tune back down. Luckily, that first pass with my bass tune that I came up with, I was right back where I was before, 225 at 67 miles an hour. So then I could start tuning and tweaking from there. You'll see a good bit of passes here. I did some tweaking here in boost and throttle punch, the final drive turbo, all of that stuff. And I was just kind of stuck sitting around the 220 mark, 67, 68 miles an hour. I wasn't really improving none. I was making the same passes over and over again. I bumped up the throttle punch and that actually made me go slower. I'm assuming, just like last time out, that was causing the car to spin. It was hitting too hard on the launch. After a few passes, I know you guys have heard and seen my body rubbing on those expansion joints in the concrete before. It actually ended up ripping that front splitter in half, so I just took it off. And surprisingly enough, that helped me. I made a pass. The car was extremely straight and smooth. There was no rubbing on the body anywhere, just that little bit on the bottom with the splitter not hitting the ground. It made a really promising pass. So I went back, actually turned the throttle punch down a little bit more, went back to 40% on that, and made a couple changes with the boost in about the middle of the pass to keep the car straight and pulling hard. And needless to say, I was shocked. 214 at 70 miles an hour. Finally, can't believe I'm saying this, but I hit 70 miles an hour. As always, it's a big thanks to you guys. I've had a lot of help from a bunch of you guys. I wish I could list all of your names up here, but that would be a very long list from 2 years ago to now, where this car finally is. Unfortunately, to back that up, I really wanted to do it again, but I just couldn't hit it again today for some reason. With the exact same tune, I ran again and ran a 220 at 68 miles an hour. I did a couple of things here and there, just trying to make a smooth pass, and you can see most of these passes were really straight, really smooth. And I could not repeat 70 miles an hour. I couldn't repeat a 210, none of that. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to back it up today, but I was able to hit 70 miles an hour for the first time with this car. That's the fastest RC I've ever had. I've never had an RC do 70 miles an hour. So even though I had to call it a day, I'm pretty excited with that. I think in the next video we see, I've been talking with a couple of people. In the next video, we might try to do some gearing changes. We'll leave the ESC just like it is because I know I have a really good tune. And I'll go ahead and play around with gearing again and see if we can maybe get a little more acceleration out of the car, a little more top speed, and once again, see how fast we can push this thing. I know it's been a couple weeks since we've seen a drag racing video, well, a no prep drag racing video, so make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed. There's more coming here, as well as my other projects I have going on. Make sure to check out that dirt drag build if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already to see more progress with this car and all of my projects in general. And as always, thanks again for watching. Peace.